So this gets into a bigger theory about what's going on. Let's go see how the world exactly works, right? Because people like me, I've never been convicted of a crime. I've never hurt anybody, but yet I'm treated like a criminal, right? I have problems, allegedly, in my opinion, traveling or being able to return back to the country. So many of these restaurants I can't eat at, and these restaurants are run by people who are found in the Epstein files. Noah Tepperberg, CEO of Tao Group, allegedly, in my opinion, I'm banned from Tao Group all over the country. Can't go, can't eat at the restaurant, can't dine at clubs. I can't dine at restaurants, can't go to the club, right? So I'm treated like a criminal here. I'm the one banned off of most social media platforms, have just rightfully been reinstated on YouTube, but still banned on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, all this, right? I am treated like a criminal in my own country without ever committing a crime. So what's really going on? Why are people in the Epstein files not convicted yet? Why is Clavicular, why is he getting prosecuted before any of the pedophiles in the pedophiles? That's strange, huh? Clavicular was not even found with a fake ID in the video where all the cops showed up, and it seemed like they were readily available. It seemed like they had already known that he was going to be there. It seemed like somebody had already made the call in order to prosecute him. But in that stream, he walks into the club and they didn't even ask for his ID. So how is he getting in trouble for a fake ID that they couldn't even prove that he had? Maybe somebody was watching the stream beforehand. Maybe somebody was trying to get him in trouble. Maybe somebody was really upset and they made a tip beforehand. Maybe rich people in the area were upset that he was going to the college campuses, that he was filming parties. Maybe they were upset because of a bigger issue, because of his rhetoric. Maybe they were upset because he refuses to kiss the wall. No, and you guys are saying Peter Thiel bailed him out. That's not true. This is just clickbait going around. Clavicular did not go to that Peter Thiel party. People are sending me this now saying, why did he go here? No, you're falling for straight up clickbait. Why are we in a country where Clavicular is prosecuted before the pedophiles and the pedophiles? Does that make any sense to you? That he has to spend a day in jail, a night in jail? He's the one has to get a lawyer saying that he's not allowed to leave Arizona, where he can't even stream properly because they're watching him closely. Why are the police investigating him more than the people that are implicated on an island where they were using pedophile blackmail in order to subvert our country? Does that make any sense to you? That doesn't make sense to me. And even if that were true, that he had a fake ID, so you could be 18 years old. This is the country we live in. You could be 18 years old and die for Israel. You can go get bombed in a war in the Middle East that helps out Israel, but you can't drink a beer at a bar. Does that make any sense to you? You can't jester max in a club, but you could die for Israel. So what's really going on? This is a great video that really breaks it down. And I'm gonna get into the bigger thing here. We have another video, but this is, I think this is a really good breakdown from it. It describes how the world actually works, because the schizos, and we have called love speech filled with autistic schizos for a long time. The schizos are the ones that have been proven right, the conspiracy theorists. How many things have I been right about, chat, since I started streaming? How many things? COVID, Chris Tyson, Jeffrey Epstein, Israel, feminism. How many things have I been deemed a conspiracy theorist about, being schizophrenic about, called crazy about, that I've ended up being vindicated about? They tried to treat me like a criminal, call me crazy, call me a schizo, but I've been right over and over and over and over again. Then they take the talking points and they use it as their own. I get banned everywhere, and then when they realize I'm right, they unban you, but they don't give you all the money you lost. The truth is that the world is operated off of these three tiers, and he's gonna explain here maybe better than me. The psychos maybe make up 1% of the population. I would say 98% or 95 are the normies. And then the other couple percent are the schizos, the conspiracy theorists, the ones that don't get the vaccine, the ones that say, I don't want to get injected. I think this is retarded that I have to go and stand here and take a bite mask. That doesn't make any sense. Saying that I don't trust a vaccine automatically just because it's being administered and because the government is saying that you need to take it to get on a flight or to go to school or go to work. This doesn't make sense. That's why remained unvaccinated. And that's what got me banned in a lot of places and banned from social media and treated like a criminal. But then you end up being vindicated. So the world is separated off of these three tiers. The psychos who control the world, who try to manipulate the normies, and the schizos who try to warn the normies. But the thing is, the psychos are so easily able to manipulate the normies. The schizos are the one who try to wake them up. So the schizos beat the psychos, but the normies beat the schizos. It's not the psychos who are really destroying the normies like that. Look, for example, when I accidentally eat pork on a stream because I'm ordering ribs. Absentmindedly, I'm streaming 9 hours a day. I order ribs and I forget that it's pork ribs and not beef ribs. I spit it out. That is what gets 10 million views from the normies. It's not the psychos who are watching this video. SNEAKO ate pork. It's the normies who just love to consume goy slop. The same people who line up to go watch an NFL game. The same people who are like, oh my God, Bad Bunny, Kid Rock. It's the normies who are destroying the schizos. And it's the psychos who are manipulating the normies to do that. This is how it works. But if we get to a point where the schizos and normies unite, like the way the normies and psychos unite, if we get here, normies and schizos, we win. We can win. Is it possible? It's difficult. It's difficult. But if this happens, we can fix the world. Let's go see this. I have to pee real quick, but this is
we need to vote schizos into office. This is the secret war that's been going on since the dawn of time. Now, most of the world is made up of normies. Now, these people are taken advantage of very easily by psychos. They prey on these people, they manipulate these people, they trick these people. Normies, unfortunately, cannot see psychos, but you know who can? Schizos, the heroes of our story. Schizos are the natural predator of psychos. We have pattern recognition abilities that are inexplicable. Now, schizos were once upon a time revered as the kind of wise people of their collective groups. Unfortunately, since psychos run the world, they've convinced all the normies to be afraid of the schizos. I make videos sometimes online and my wife tells me, look at my Oura ring. My heart rate increased to a very stressful state watching your video, and then it went back down. Sorry, babe. Psychos benefit from their lack of empathy and their attraction to cruelty, it seems, and that allows them to accrue a lot of power. That power allows them to manipulate the normies to fear the schizo, to ostracize the schizo, to deny the schizo. It never feels very good to say, I told you so, when you're a schizo.
It kind of does.
I told you so's you're seeing are about like pedo elites running the world and stuff like that. That feels bad when you go, well, I told you so. But schizos, wish we'd listened to you sooner. But that's my point. We need to stop fearing and ostracizing the schizo and start opening our ears and hearts to hear the truth that they're telling us.
Right.
Because the conspiracy theorists schizo.
But here's the problem, and if you've been watching my stream, look at the amount of A-log reaction channels. A lot of them are black. It's a lot of these black content creators, and they're all kind of the same. They get a lot of views saying stuff like doing ad hominem attacks on me, talking about pork, saying stuff. Like I had that debate with Abba a couple days ago, and Abba essentially admitted in the debate that he was more interested in me than he was about Israel. Thank you for the 1 sub. He was saying that he's more fixated on like creator infighting drama than he was. He's like, oh, I don't know about Israel. I don't care about Zionist control. I don't want to know about the Rothschilds. But he knows my entire career, and he had all these clips and all this research about me as a person. They're more fixated on who I am rather than my message. And I'm seeing this from all these slop tubers who don't really look about anything. There's so many of them. It's not even worth naming their names. You guys know some of them. You guys say, react to this, react to that. I don't care about any of what the fuck they talk about. It's all the same stuff. But unfortunately, it gets a lot of views because the normies are always going to fixate on that more, and you guys know who you are, right?
So it's almost always right. Now, yes, they'll get some of the details around the edges a little wrong. It sounds a little literal. You need to understand it as poetry and metaphor. I'll give you an example. Birds aren't real. That's a fun conspiracy theory, that they're just little listening device robots that exist. Now, there are real birds. We know that to be true. But are there also listening devices and surveillance devices everywhere, hidden in the natural world, it seems? We don't even know what the natural world is anymore. We can't even trust if the world is natural or not anymore. They're doing things without telling us. They're observing us constantly. Yes, yes. There are things in the sky that are alien to us flying around. That could just be drones. That's all true. One thing I've noticed, there aren't any schizo politicians I can think of. Lots of normies, plenty of psychos.
But here's how they pretend, because we thought Trump in 2015 was a schizo. He was talking about draining the swamp. He was saying that he wanted to destroy the globalist elite. He was saying he wanted to put America first. He was using memes. He had 4chan rhetoric. All right, but it turns out that Trump is nothing but a psycho. He was manipulating the normies to think that he was a schizo when he was really a psycho all along. And this playbook is used over and over again. People who are power obsessed, people who are fame obsessed, people who are money obsessed, will pretend to be schizo in order to get a populist movement, but really they have the mission of just becoming rich and famous. Andrew Tate falls into this category exactly. You could see him switch his opinions nonstop, attacking Muslims and saying that they're going to slaughter your daughter, allegedly in my opinion, and then going on and switching up. When he realizes that being anti-Epstein is more popular than being pro-Epstein, he deletes the tweet saying that Epstein was a success and that Epstein was somebody to admire and somebody worthwhile. He deletes the tweet saying that he misses human trafficking to say again that Epstein was an evil person, but he doesn't connect the dots and say that it's Israel. This is him trying to manipulate normies to think that he's a schizo when he's really psycho. And I say psycho because he's made it clear, he said this to me, to my face, and I was questioning about this, that he wants to be remembered. It's about imposing his will. It's not about getting to the truth, it's about getting rich and famous. People who have that sort of goal, the end goal of just becoming a loved, worshipped person, if they want to be worshipped like a god and like an idol, this is psycho behavior. They see how easily manipulated normies are, and they have the goal of being remembered. Doesn't matter remembered for what. And that's why Andrew Tate said that Epstein was a success. He's like, he's going to be immortalized by memes. That's admiration for a legitimate psycho. And that exposes his ideology, that he really just wants to be remembered and revered. He wants his name to be in the history books. But that's not something objectively good. There's no sense of real morality there. Psycho behavior.
They seem to make up our entire government. What we need to do, start supporting the schizos. We need to vote schizos into office as soon as we can. Let's use voting. That's a weapon. And let's start looking for more schizo candidates. Let's get some real weirdos in there. Because at this point, what they're doing, that seems pretty weird to me. They think it's too big to fail.
And again, this is proven by the fact that the schizos are going to be targeted far more than the psychos ever will. Perfect example, Clavicular is getting prosecuted, but Clavicular is getting treated like a criminal for allegedly using a fake ID, which there's no proof of, in that stream. But all the pedophiles in the pedophiles, they're still walking free. They still show up to the Super Bowl. They still get paraded around media. Doesn't that show you what's really going on?